Hello, everyone. My name is Don McCarthy. My pronouns are he, him, and we are playing Psi Run today with the Gauntlet. I have an old version of Psi Run. I'm not sure there's a newer edition out there. So yeah, we are going to be playing Psi Run, a game by McGay Baker. I'm sure you can catch the most recent episode of The Farrier's Bellows, which has been discussing this game just yesterday. But let's get a brief intro from our players and then hear about the characters. Ike, do you want to start?
Sure, my name is Eike. I use he, him pronouns. And shall I start with the character introduction already?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, so my character's name is, as far as he knows, is Bill. He looks like someone in his mid-late 30s, and he can modify his body size, shrink it, increase it, decrease it, that sort of thing. That's his power. And he has a few questions. One of them is, what do the numbers H312B mean? Why is he afraid of cats? How is anyone afraid of cats? What is Spencer Corp? And why are they after me? And am I able to shrink to Adamar level? We'll see.
Okay, awesome. Leandro.
Hi, my name is Leandro. I use he, him pronouns tonight. I will be playing a character, as far as she knows, her name is December. Or at least that might be the name she gave herself. Who knows? She's around the late 20s, probably. She's kind of small looking. She's of Filipino descent. She looks way smaller because she wears a pea coat that's too big for her and a red scarf. She's got terribly bleached hair. She's quiet to a fault, and also she can project herself out of her body, so astral projection, all that cool stuff. Whether she can possess people, who knows? Leave room for expansion, as the rules say. Her questions are: what controls my body while I'm gone from it? What happened to my family in December? Why am I afraid of violin music? Which is a shame. Violin music's nice. Why can't I taste anything anymore? Christ. And who's Ambassador Haynes?
Very curious indeed to find out the answers to those questions. And lastly, Pavel.
Hello, I'm Pavel. I use he, him. And today I'll be playing Jack. Jack looks like a young Latino man, except he has like a fancy hairstyle. Has like a mohawk in the middle, and the rest of his hair of his head is bald. He wears like a Morpheus style leather cloak that can, of course, flap awesomely when he turns, and he has this like round pink glasses. And apparently he can move things with his thought. Yes, his question are: who taught me my powers? Why do I know when people lie to me? What is hidden in the locker 205, 205, 205? And I mean those, and I mean with those lockers that maybe he has like a tattoo over here, like find more in, or like find the locker to 205 to 205/205, and yeah, like what's there? And the last question so far: why do I have harmonica with me?
Well, at least it's not a violin, right? Okay, so we start with the crash, right? I'm just going to read the intro because it pretty much sums up everything. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where you are. Maybe you don't know who you are. You've been held captive who knows how long. Moments ago, you broke free. Now you are struggling to remain free long enough to piece together your own past. you have amazing powers that can help you survive, but those same powers also carry the risk of disaster, and the people chasing you, they'll stop at nothing to get you back. So I think we want to establish the scene a little bit. So I'll just go around the table and ask some questions. What is Aika? What's the form of transportation that you were on when you crashed and gotten free?
Can you show me the cover of the book? Is that a helicopter that I saw?
There is a yeah, there looks like a helicopter crash. I think those are very clearly rotors and the body of a helicopter. So
yeah, I like the idea of a helicopter. So that's the crash. We crashed. The helicopter crashed.
okay, so I have to imagine it's like one of those big kind of military style helicopters. You know, probably built to hold 30 or 40 people at least. But just this once, it's the three of ye. I think that brings us to a follow-up question. Are there any, personnel aboard the helicopter after the crash still alive? And are they armed and dangerous? Leandro, let's ask you that one.
I think I don't know. I kind of like the idea that this is a. No, I was gonna say it was automated, but they wouldn't put three dangerous people like us on an automated helicopter. It wouldn't be that silly. Yeah, I do think it's about as armed as it was. No, actually, no. I will go back. Yes, it is an automated helicopter. There aren't actually any guards. I think when we were loaded in, it was more like a convoy in the sky, so to speak. So we were like the one helicopter that's kind of being manned by someone else from maybe another nearby helicopter, or even like a car from below. Just like it's like a big cordon of security around this one unmanned helicopter.
Okay. Pavel, what time of day is it, and why don't you like that?
I think from what I see outside, it's we have a wonderful sunset. Like the sky is bloody red, and the shadows are getting longer and longer outside. And why don't I like? Something tells me that there are things hiding in the shadows, and I don't remember why, but I definitely just look a little bit scared about this shadows. Maybe we see in his mind the shadow grows a little bit bigger, and there are some hands appear, but then when he looks at it, it disappears, and
okay, and I think we want to be near a large population center because that makes things very interesting. But at the site of the helicopter crash, what's it like? What's the terrain like?
Let me think. So maybe the helicopter crashed into some sort of industrial area. So I'm thinking about I don't know, just outside of town, large complex of big fabrics, whatever, what do you call them, like production halls, whatever. And there aren't probably many people there. Yeah, so their chances are good that no people died when the helicopter crashed.
Okay. Well, maybe it's after hours. The factory might have closed down or something, or maybe there's only light work going on in them at the time. Okay. So, what do you do? You're in this ruined helicopter. Maybe the crash has freed you from your restraint somewhat, but you're still on the ground, and with all those extra helicopters from the convoy, maybe just figuring out that you've crashed coming back, you have to have some kind of a idea of what to do. Leandro, what does December do?
I think I've read it now that she's quiet to a fault, so she's not even gonna I think when she stepped out of the wreckage, she's not even gonna discuss it with her with her. I don't even know if they're friends. They're probably not friends. Maybe they were. Who knows? They don't know. We'll find out. So I think what she's gonna do is she is going to scout ahead, and what she's gonna do is she's just gonna throw herself out of her body and just very quickly scout what's on at least towards the direction of the population center that we're in.
Yeah, I think there might be a security guard on duty who has run over to investigate, and I think he is maybe taking out his cell phone to make a call to the fire brigade or the emergency services. I think that's the first thing you see.
Ooh. Can I try and take over his body?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. That sounds like something that could go. That sounds like an interesting rule, right? So, let's go through the checklist. There's 6 questions that we ask or that we kind of establish to give you a die pool. The first 4 are always yeses, right? It's I'm exceptional. I want to do something important. This might trigger a memory, and the chasers might catch up. And then there's 2 extra ones, which could be yes or no. Am I using my psi power? Which I guess is yes. And am I risking harm? Which I don't really see. But
okay.
Maybe your body is left in the crashed helicopter. Maybe there's a danger there, but I wouldn't push that as a alternative. The other 2 are presumably not going to let you burn alive.
I hope so.
So that's 5 dice. If you head over to Roll for Your Party, you can just select and reroll the 5 dice that are already there.
All right, I just did.
Okay.
These look really good.
That does look really good. So there are 4 things at risk. The goal, so what you're trying to achieve. The reveal, do you remember something from your past? The chase, do the chasers gain on the runners? And psi, do your psi powers cause trouble? So you put one of those numbers on each of those. And with 2 5s, 2 6s, and a 2, I think you can, because there's no risk of harm, so you didn't roll a 6 dice, but you don't need to put a die on that harm either. So basically you get to choose exactly how awesome you're going to be. And so the other thing you'll notice in the Roll for Your Party is that on each description, it will either say, it'll say what happens, obviously, but then it'll say either the GM has a say, the player has the first say, or the other players have the first say.
Right, so only those 4, right? Go
only
reveal
those
chase.
4, yeah.
And so wow, we're doing really well.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
good rolling will get you out of any situation.
Yes,
right?
wow.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that 5 on reveal because I kind of don't want to answer these questions myself.
Don't put it on harm, but put one on a goal.
I don't have to put anything on harm, did I? Or...
Yeah. So harm wasn't at risk because we answered no to were you in danger of getting harmed. So you don't have to. That wasn't at risk, so you don't put a die in it.
So yeah, so I just have a leftover die.
Yeah. So the I guess the 2 right is free.
Nice.
Okay.
So okay, cool.
Well, out of curiosity, you can still use this 2 and don't use a 6. It's like it's
cool
because...
you can still put it somewhere else, right? You can.
Yeah, this is like totally player driven. Like, how do you want to see it happen?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't keep these. I mean, I'll have a reroll later. But I think these are fine for now. Let me see. Goal, achieve, chase, no progress, Psi, no trouble. But the reveal is, I have a memory to answer one of their questions, but other players have first say.
Okay. So I guess we will start with the goal. I get the first say in that. So yeah, your I guess we call it an astral projection, right? Your mind floats across scouting, and you see the security guard kind of notice what's going on and pull out his phone to make his call, and you just slip sort of straight inside his mind, almost as easy if it were your own body that you were taking control of after you were gone. And you feel a little bit of resistance from his consciousness, but you just lock him down without any trouble at all. And you have a moment of disorientation as you take control of his body, and you can filter out all of his thoughts, so you know exactly what he was thinking at the moment you took him over. You know exactly what he had for lunch, you know exactly what time he gets off, you know the name of the security guard covering the other end of the compound, you know what TV show he's binging at the moment. It's like a complete kind of cohabitation of his body, right? And then you can make a call, you can not make a call, you can open the gates, no problem. You don't have to set the alarms, all of that stuff. Everything that he knows, you know. Okay, so I guess we can we can go to the reveal. Who wants to? You put a 5 in that, right? So one of the other players get to answer that question. So yeah, you can all see December's questions, and so now you can narrate her remembering something that answers one of those questions. It can be from yesterday, it can be from a month ago, a year ago, it doesn't matter. But so you can decide whether one person wants to do it or you want to start and then someone else takes over with some interesting details. But I guess once you start,
do you want to do it that we also pick the question, or Leandro picks the question and we just provide the answers?
Whoever's answering the question picks the question. So you fill in what's most interesting for you to answer.
Okay, I could imagine, Pavel, if we are standing close to the body, or December's like first real body, that we get an idea of what controls the body while he's gone from it, while she's gone from it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem plausible?
Yeah, let's go with it. Start with it.
Yeah. Okay. So So December, she just stepped out, and the next second, did we see the projection of herself moving forward?
Probably felt it. I don't
Felt
think it's
it.
visible.
Okay, so we see you, December, in full movement, and suddenly you stop for some reason, and we feel something odd happening. And when we observe your body, or when we look at it, we realize that it has not only ceased to move, but it has ceased to move completely in the middle of the movement. I imagine something like your arm is still just like frozen in the middle of the movement, and there you stand like a statue. Is that something we could work with, Pavel? What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, where do we? Yeah.
And maybe I will throw in something interesting, and maybe we hear the real December say like, "Where am I?"
Oh, so that, oh yes, that she's, oh, that sounds very good. That even though she can't really move, we can hear her mumbling like, "Where am I?" Something like that. And maybe we see the only thing that does move are her lips when she's speaking, and her eyes nervously looking around, but her head being unable to move. Maybe we even see like sweat appearing on her forehead, signs of distress.
So I think you can you can now take on and finish the answer, Leandro, as I understand the rules. If there is still something you want to add to this.
God, that's a messed up answer. Yeah. So this. So now there's a question, and the two of you have seen this. Like, who's the real December then? The one left behind, or the one who's nominally in control? All I now know is there's a person who's trapped in this body that only shows up when I leave it. Ugh.
That is an awesome touch. I did not see that one coming. Nice. Okay. And on the chase on the side, the chasers make no progress towards the runners. So I think what you see is maybe the reason, right, that they have this chopper that was carrying you being remote controlled is they are really cautious about you being out and about, right? They don't want to take any chances, and so you see the choppers, turning slowly, and they're obviously not coming straight in to take care of you. Maybe they're doing some kind of perimeter, or maybe they're calling out for more help, but they're certainly not moving in to take control of the area. Okay. And the last one is the Psi powers. Do they cause trouble? And it says power causes no trouble. Player has first say. So yeah, I think you can give us a spin about how everything is in control. That there's no spillover, no unintended consequences.
Yeah, I think, so I got into the security guard's head and everything. So what I did is, while I'm kind of in control, I kind of just shut off the phone and kind of make him go on his like rounds, and kind of like I wouldn't say program it, but like, oh, this is what he's gonna do. And then taking in all the knowledge that he has, like, oh, there's a security guard on the other end, there's a, where everything is, where you need to go. And when I grab that information, just kind of grab it and take it with me as I kind of snap back. So my body's kind of frozen, and then it's sweat's pooling, then suddenly just blink back to normal. It just very casually sweats off, and then I'm like, 2 security guards, minimal patrol, We'll be fine.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine. Why? Wait, well, as fine as we could be.
Yeah, like a moment ago, you were asking where you are. Like,
What? I was scouting ahead. It's what I do.
oh, okay. So, and you, who you are? And I'm just looking at Bill.
I'm Bill, and I think we need some weapons. Do we have weapon? Do you have weapons?
No, I had this, and I like take out the harmonica, but yeah, I don't think it's a weapon.
No, that's not a weapon. I'm thinking about something that, could kill people if we need to.
We need to go first.
Okay,
Shall I look in the helicopter if there are any weapons in the helicopter?
Yeah, are there?
Yeah, so I don't think so. If it's set up as an automated helicopter just to transport some troublesome prisoners, I doubt they're going to put anything else on it that you could make trouble with, right? But in terms of transportation or weaponry, it could be that the security guards have like an SUV or something like that with maybe some equipment on it.
Yeah, I could just lead the way to that. I'm thinking, yeah, someone just says, well, I know where transportation is. I'm going to pick up some weapons along the way. Just follow me.
Okay.
You are totally scary, but I will follow you for now. What's your name again? I'm Bill.
It's December.
That's a very beautiful name. And you are?
let's say I'm Jake for now. That's the only name I can remember.
Jake and December. Pleasure to meet you. I think I haven't met you before, have I?
Hard to say.
I wouldn't know, but nice to meet all of you now. Don't mind, we really need to move. And she's looking at the wreckage of the helicopter.
Right.
We'll talk in the car.
So between Jake and Bill, who is more likely or who thinks they can drive?
I didn't grab that info from the guard. So
Who think? Yeah, who think they can drive? Yeah, I think Jake can definitely drive. Like he thinks he can.
Okay. So I obviously getting into the car and hot wiring it and getting out the gate is maybe a challenge, but I don't think it's an interesting one. I think like getting away from the crash site is much more interesting. So yeah, maybe December needs to show you where the keys are hidden or something like that. But you are driving the car, no problem. Are you where are you going to drive? Where are you trying to get to?
Yeah, I suppose. Like Jake probably by now spotted this locker number, and maybe he thinks, oh my god, yeah, it's a weird question. Where do we drive? Yeah, let's go to some. Yeah, well, I really want some ice creams. Do you guys want some ice creams?
I like ice cream. By the way, nice tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah, let's stop at this petrol station. Let's hope that they have some ice cream.
Okay.
Okay, so I think finding your way out of this industrial area and into something a little bit more suburban or something is interesting. So let's ask those questions again. The first four, right, are we're always going to say yes to those. Exceptional, you want to do something important. This might trigger a memory, and the chasers might catch up. The fifth one, are you using your psi power?
And the thing we are doing is like driving away from here.
Well, yeah, I think you're trying to get to a new location. You're trying to get away from the crash site, right?
Yeah,
you're trying to put distance between you and the chasers.
Yeah, I don't think I'm using my psi power. Just like trying to find the correct way towards the city.
Okay. And are you at risk of harm? Well, you're not being chased actively, so I don't think you're in risk of harm. Okay. So let's go to the roll for your party, and I might we clear those dice. And why don't you roll 4d6?
Yeah, I'm just thinking 4 or 5.
It's 4. It'd be 5 if you're using your psi powers, and it'd be 6 if you are in danger of being harmed.
Oh yeah, 4, but I only put on the first row. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
4. It's a cool color. My character is yellow. The ribbon is yellow. Oh my, yeah, that went surprisingly poorly.
Okay, so a 1, 2 2s, and a 4. Ouch.
Yeah, let's make it like, I suppose, really interesting. Obviously, it doesn't trigger any. Oh my god, let's move this die. Obviously, it doesn't trigger any memory, but let's get there. Oh, the dice are moving so weird for me. But let's get there. But guess what? The chasers are also there.
Okay. So,
just one minor thing. I can't really see in Roll for Your Party where you place which dice. So maybe you could just say again.
Do you see the dice at all, or you don't see the die?
Yeah, I see them, but some of them are not placed on the cards.
Yeah. I had the same problem with Leandro. So I put 4 in a goal, 2 in reveal, and 2 in chase.
4 goal, 2 reveal, and 1 chase.
2 chase, but it's the same result.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
So over on the route chart, I'm going to give you all.
And by the way, I know that the petrol station doesn't sound interesting, and the chasers will get us there. But I totally thought that, I don't know, there could be like a random robbery, and we could like react to something, because otherwise it's like completely boring to just buy ice cream. I know, but maybe there's a robbery going on. But now there are chasers, so just pointing it out.
So because they're moving 2 spaces, if there'd been 1 space, they'd have been at the crash site, but they end up catching up with you at the petrol station. I think a petrol station is a very interesting, place. I mean, there's nothing that can go wrong at a petrol station, right? Okay, so the runner achieves the goal. GM has first say. So, yeah, I think I think it's kind of almost a hair-raising experience, because maybe your body is used to driving on the other side of the road, you don't really notice that because it's quiet. But when you take a turn, you end up in some ongoing traffic, and you have to, swerve to avoid it. And eventually, you see this great big shining light with the kind of, I don't know, culturally omnipresent, megacore that runs the petrol stations around here. Let's call it Spencer Oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you pull up there, and you're there, and there's a little shop attached. You can fill up in petrol. I'm sure you can pay for it, right? But
There are totally like a leftover wallet in the glove compartment. So we have
yeah,
like $20 for ice creams and
yeah. So yeah, I think the runner has no memory triggered, and you get to have a first say. It seems strange to say something about when nothing happens, but maybe you just have a niggly feeling about something, or you wonder about something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So as you described, I'm like driving on the wrong side of the road, and maybe we see like a car coming in on like a collision course, and I just like dodge it edgily. But then like something like comes to my mind, and I don't almost, and I almost like hit the other car. But then this thing, just like like you have it on the top of your tongue, and you just like can't. But then I like swing around. Don't have a collision, and then just like think maybe I should be driving on the right side or on the left side, like on the other side. And yeah.
Okay, and the chasers move 2 locations closer to you on the trail.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, the dice.
Yeah, I think you used up all of the luck on your previous roll, Leandro. Yeah, so I have the first say. So I think maybe the sound of the choppers circling is just ever present, and you don't really notice when they get closer. It's all a bit samey underneath the top of the petrol station, and so the first thing you realize is that when the rotor wash kind of sweeps in towards you and the other cars that are parked in here, I think some woman who's driving or who's just getting into her car is like swept off her feet. If there's a car behind you with a coffee cup on the roof, and that gets splashed off as well. And there's this great big charcoal gray Sikorsky helicopter just sitting on the road, 20 or 30 meters away. And it's got a searchlight that sort of zooms in on where you are. Maybe you're buying ice cream. I don't know, something kind of incongruous, right? You're getting one of those ice cream cones with the chocolate flake on top, and it's the searchlight finds you pretty unerringly. Yeah, and a bunch of suited people jump out of the chopper and kind of start making a cordon around the area.
That doesn't look very good, people. My good dear friends. I haven't decided which ice cream I want to have.
What do you do, Bill?
I try to increase my body size, like triple it or quadruple it. So I'm able to throw around cars and vehicles that stand around and just throw them in the direction of our chasers. That's what I'm trying to do.
Are you trying to make sure that the cars are unoccupied, or are you just grabbing the nearest one and chucking it?
Oh, let's say Oh no! Here's what I do. I don't want to hurt anyone, any innocent bystanders. So what I do is I only take vehicles that are unoccupied. And what I definitely do is there's a big sign reading Spencer Oil. I grab that from the roof and just throw that at them. That's the first thing I do.
Okay, cool.
I don't like Spencer Corp.
And before you do that, I'm wondering what December and Jake are going to be reacting when you start to grow. What's the general outlook on that?
Yeah, I think Jake just like he was going to take the bigger ice cream for himself. He just like switches and like this like really big one, like sure you can have the one, yeah. And then he like spots this like thing. Yeah, go get them, Tiger. We'll find some way out.
Yeah, I think December took a small cone of vanilla because she wanted to run as fast as they can. I was like, all right, fine, ice cream. These two do what they want. So she was the first to buy. Like, all right, yeah, no, just quick vanilla. And then she was licking it, and maybe it's just vanilla. I don't know. Maybe it's just why she just can't taste anything. Maybe it's just because she got vanilla. But once all that happened, first she just quietly says, "The fuck?" Once Bill starts growing, but when Jake yells that out, yeah, go take care of them. I think she just kind of turns to Jake and she's like, we're not gonna help him out here. I think he can take care of himself.
We need to like scout a way out. Like there are more choppers. Like even if he takes this one, we need to like. Obviously, we cannot use the car. Let's check out like the back, the forest. We can like try to hide there. We need to like try to find a way out from here before the more choppers land.
All right, he can take care of himself, I guess.
I completely forgot. Don't know. Is there like a helping mechanics in this game or not?
There is no helping mechanics in this game,
Yeah.
as far as I can see. Which I guess makes a little bit of sense, but yeah, we're always in one action, zooming in on one of the runners. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. So we are like fictionally trying to find our way through the forest, through the back, or.
Yeah. Okay. So Ika, let's answer those questions. I think it might be yes to everything. You're using your powers, right? And you, I think, are in danger of being harmed, right?
Yes, I mean they're running towards me.
Yeah. The other thing is that instead of us assigning a die to the chase risk, because you're on the same section as the chasers, we're assigning a die to capture. Does anyone get caught? And if you escape. So if basically no one gets caught, then we go back to a new location. So you kind of escape as part of that risk. Okay. So do you want to roll 6d6?
Yes. Okay, let's see. Oh shit! 2, 3, 3, 3. And 2, 5. It's not too good. Okay. At this point of the game, I don't want anyone to get captured. So I'll place my 5 on capture. And I hope roll for your party doesn't really work. It's odd. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But we can just figure it out. So it's 5 on capture.
You obviously drop the lowest, so don't even think about the 2 unless you really want to. So
yes. Oh yes. Very good. Thank you.
Because you drop the lowest.
But most of the time, it doesn't make a difference. Sometimes it makes a difference, but usually 1, 2, 3.
Well, on the Psi and on the harm, 2 is, I think, significantly different from
Yes.
3. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say okay, so 5 on capture and the other 5 on let's say on goal. Then there is a 3. Well, the others are all 3s, so that's
Okay.
reveal
Yeah.
and harm and psi.
Okay. So, okay. So let's start with the goal, I think, which was to, I guess, drive them off, right? Or just to destroy them. I don't know.
Let me just think a moment. I don't think. Okay, no. I mean, they've captured us and abducted us. So no. They can go to hell. Yeah, no innocent bystanders. But if they, die, well.
Okay. So yeah, I think I think that big sign for the petrol station gets picked up just like a club, and you just throw it, and I think it just hits the rotors that they're still going at high speed, and they start to go wildly out of control, and the helicopter tips over, and the rotors just chew up the whole helicopter, and the half of the guys who got out that side are basically toast, and the other half run for cover. So yeah, it's not pretty, and I think there's a fireball. Yeah, I think the helicopter just explodes in some wild pyrotechnics, very close to the petrol station, but cinematically, I think it doesn't cause a a sympathetic explosion.
You have 3 in the snap hour, so it will be explosion. So you can tie it into this one.
Okay, so on the reveal, you were picking a 3, so there's no memory triggered, but you get to say something about that.
Yes, it is about Spencer Oil. The moment I grabbed this sign from the roof and start throwing it at them, I was like, this reminds me of something. I had no time to think of it, and but I don't know. For a second, there was only had time to think. I'll make a note of it.
So on the Psi chart, it's a 3 or 4 power surge. People may be injured, things broken. It would make the local news. Jim has first say. So yeah, I think maybe maybe that rotor that goes out of control hits a power line overhead, and the whole neighborhood goes dark. And there's maybe the intersection that you just passed through. The traffic lights go out, and someone gets T-boned going through there. No one is killed, but this is definitely getting mentioned. And I think maybe the chasers would make sure that it doesn't make anything more than local news, but they can't quieten this down for local people, if only for gossip and Facebook videos and that kind of stuff. And harm, the runner is hurt and impaired for the rest of the session. GM has first say. Okay. So when you're impaired, you can be impaired, or you can be doubly impaired. When you're impaired, you roll 1 less die. When you're doubly impaired, you roll your dice as normal, but the highest one goes on the impair, right? So you're losing your best die. To heal yourself, you can make that a goal of a scene, so you can get back on your feet. You can't die from getting harmed again. There's like a 1 on the harm is you're dying. Okay. So I think What? Oh, I know what makes sense. When you pull the sign and you chuck it, you kind of released a support piling for the rooftop over the petrol station, and you are like laying waste into these guys, and then the roof just collapses on your head, and yeah, that hurts like hell.
Can we get like a slightly more description of the actual chasers? Because we see them like pouring out of the chopper. So do they look like a spec ops, like SWAT teams, or do they look like? I'm just curious because this is the first time we see them.
Yeah. I had because it was dark and everything. I had pulled back, but it's fair to ask. Yeah, I think these are. For the most part, they are like corporate security, so they're like in suits with just handguns or tasers or something like that. They're all a bit samey, you know. I think like the first guy you see looks like Chris Hemsworth, and the second guy you see also looks like Chris Hemsworth, and then it's like, how many Hemsworth brothers are there? Right? And I'm sure there's not 5, right? That doesn't make any sense. But they all look a little bit not identical, but they look all a bit too similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a couple on that chopper who are like dressed in SWAT gear, you know, so they are like the heavies, but they're like, you know, corporate security kind of look out of them.
So what happens now? Do we move to next location, or do we push the chasers back one location?
So I think sorry, and the last option is captured.
Oh yeah,
and you put a 5 on that, right? So you get to say, and so you're escaping capture. So you go back to chase, and I think it's fair to move you on a location and to push the chasers back.
Mm-hmm.
So, did we say, or did you say that you were kind of running out the back to like a park or something like this?
Probably we see Jack like jump to the forward, and you said that Bill was covered under the falling roof. So we probably see Jack just like he runs to the Bill. He thinks about moving the roof, and the roof just like moves, and then he like grabs the Bill. I'm not sure if he's like shrinking now or not. And he like, come on, big guy, and he like helps him like to run around the petrol station. And I think we can like head through the woods, but feel free to suggest other location, guys. A cabin in the woods, I can imagine, or something else. Feel free.
Where's my ice cream? I have a terrible headache. I need ice cream.
We'll find ice cream in the future. We just need to keep moving through these woods. All right?
Okay, I can do that.
Here, you can have mine. It's half melted, but yeah, sure.
It's okay. I'll shrink half of my normal size, and then it will just be enough for me. Okay. Thank you. My head hurts. Does anyone have an aspirin?
We'll look for some on that when we get out of here.
All right. Run. I follow you.
So who's leading the way, or are you looking for some kind of a medical center, or are you just looking to make some extra ground? Leandro, what do you think December is doing? I think she was.
Oh, go on.
No. Was it you, or was it Jake who was first kind of looking at the woods? I think it was Jake.
It was Jake. It was Jack. Yeah. I think while they're having to talk about ice cream, she's kind of like looking out and trying to see like what does the city look like from where we are? From like you say we're kind of like in a combination woods and park. I think while we're walking, we might emerge out of the woods into like, you know, more open grassy area, and it's probably lit. No, it's dark. I mean, but I think you can probably see like the city in the far distance. and then I think I kind of like I think December. We'll say like, should we take our chances in the city? I think it'll be harder to spot us there.
Yeah, like definitely. Like out here, the choppers can like spot us in the night. We should like try to cut through the woods and get to the city.
So yeah, I guess the maybe staying undercover in whatever trees there are, and trying to find your way to some kind of transportation that would take you into the city proper.
For like I see like two scenes. We can either like find a cabin in the woods that we break in and try to patch up Bill, or maybe we can like get to like the far outskirts and then find like a house where a veterinarian live, and then try to persuade veterinarian to help our friend. I think both are fine. Depends what you guys like to go.
I don't know how a veterinarian could help humans.
Like come on, like why do I know? Don't they teach? Don't they learn like everything on the school? Like what is a school like? Why do I remember these things? But see, there's like this red cross. It means we can get help there.
Okay, can anyone carry me?
Oh man, can't you like shrink a little bit more? You are so heavy.
Sure. So I would like to shrink to like pocket size version of me.
Yeah, I think you can do that, no problem. It's a little bit strange, right, to have someone in your pocket.
You should really clean up your pocket.
Yeah, I think you're in danger of being smothered by some lint. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So we're going up to this this house. I guess there's a red cross there. So yeah, it could be sort of doctor's house. It is probably like in the outskirts of the park. And then
maybe there's a general practitioner, right, who runs a clinic in a nearby neighborhood just outside the park. But I think it's probably after hours, so the clinic is not open. So yeah, I think you have to break in or convince them to help you. That completely up to you who wants to take the lead on that one.
I could scout ahead again. Just get in there. It's nice being able to turn myself to an astral ghost for a bit and just go inside the building and see what's inside. I think this time, instead of doing that willy-nilly, I think I'm gonna turn to Jack and I'm gonna look ahead. Watch over me while I'm doing that.
Oh, do I have to now watch again? Now I have to babysit two of you. Okay, yeah, sure. Just get some help.
It'll be quick. No worries.
So, you're just trying to find out what the story is with this place?
Yeah, what's inside? Is there any people there?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's make a roll. For the questions, I guess it's obvious you are using your powers. For the harm, I don't think so. It doesn't seem to jump out at me.
But what do we set as the goal? Do we just set the goal scout ahead, or do we set the goal heal Bill?
Yeah, I guess that's what I asked. Landra,
I think what December wants to do is just, if there is a general practitioner, is to just take over that practitioner and get people inside the house and
Yeah, and he'll with all of that new knowledge, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just clear the dice.
That's 5 dice.
And you're rolling 5 dice, yeah.
Oops, that's the number 4. I rolled 45 dice. I don't want to test roll party that hard. All right. Oh, okay. That's fairly good. So clearly I should do all the rolling. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, please.
Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want to achieve my goal. That's a 6. Oh yeah. There we go. The 5 goes to, yeah, I don't want the chasers to make any progress. Want to have this nice bonding moment with my pals. Actually, I don't want any memory triggered right now. Let's drag that a bit more, so I will use that too. And yeah, I think we'll put that last 5 so there's no troubles. Sorry, I just keep rolling okay. You're muted there, Donald.
Okay, so let's you achieve your goal. I guess, yeah. There's a doctor. Yeah, I think she is. Like in her house, she's like obviously after hours. She is like making herself some coffee or something, and yeah, you take control of her mind really easily. It's almost like this has happened to her before, right? That her mind has been possessed by someone like you, or maybe by you before. It's much easier than the security guard. The pathways have been trodden before, if we can say something like that about it.
That's
Yeah, and as before, you kind of gain all of this sudden knowledge of her medical skills, and so you're not triggering a memory. What does that look like, or what thoughts are going through December's mind?
I think December is kind of when she I think she gets this feeling that when she possesses someone, she almost has a singular goal, so she doesn't get lost in it that much. So it is very much like all right, I possess this doctor. Open the door, get in, and take me with you. And whoever, yeah. Go on.
So like even though you are not triggering a memory, I'm like really curious because I just like walk in with like you, and I'm just like saying to the real you, like, it's okay, December, like it's okay, just like we will get in here, we will heal Bill, and then we will move on. And I'm just like really curious, maybe you can like use this moment to have like reaction shot, like you outside of your body see you actually.
Yeah, no, I thought of that. So when you kind of brought it in, and I'm almost like me in this Dr. Lady's body sees you kind of. I think it's almost like I chose to notice you talking to December's body rather than December's body mumbling back. It's almost like, okay, that's Jack being weird, I guess, or just being nice. I don't have to think about it. I'm busy. I have to help Bill, who's probably, I don't know, grown back to size while I look over him.
Yes, he has. And the moment he is back to normal size, he says, well, there's no need to look to. I'm not injured. Is this blood? Oh no, I can't stand when I'm bleeding. And he's beginning to faint.
Yeah, I think I kind of like just roll my eyes a bit, and it's like, all right, sit down, sit down. Yes, that's blood. You threw a sign at a helicopter. Okay, you there might be something up with you. Oh, give me a second. I'm almost like consciously ignoring Jack um and December unconsciously or so. Just like, no, I'm focused on this because I have to help someone. It's like if I don't if I don't put myself into that singular goal, I'm gonna get lost in wherever I am, what body I'm inhabiting at the moment. So it's like I think that's why the memory doesn't trigger, because I'm concentrated on this, consciously ignoring what's happening over there.
Okay. I think with the chasers not making any progress, right? They have retreated from their bloody nose at the petrol station to maybe decamp into some town cars to be a little bit more or less obtrusive in the city. So they're biding their time, and they're kind of spreading their network across the city to look for any reports of you. Um, And then side powers do not cause any trouble. Give any details to add to that, Leandro?
I think we might talk about how long we're staying here, and I'm still in Doc Stars. I'm kind of maybe stitching up Bill a bit.
Yeah, I'm really tired. Maybe we can like wait it out till the morning and then take the doctor's car. It feels wrong stealing someone's car, but it will help us move through the city.
She has no reason to run, but we do. That's fine for now. I'll keep watch. I don't want to know what happens if I fall asleep in this. Make sure to put me somewhere nice.
Yeah, of course. Like the couch in the living room seems fine.
So how does Bill feel? I mean, getting a little bit patched up, maybe getting some painkillers. Does this kind of clinical situation sound or feel familiar? Is there anything?
No, what he realizes is what he realized before, that he can see. Well, I mean, he had no problem seeing like the rotor of the helicopter just, cutting through the chasers, but seeing his own blood, he's almost fainted. So in the entire time, he's very, I don't know, whiny, and it takes a while until the painkillers start, to ease his pain and mind. So he gets calmer by the minute, but it doesn't like trigger a memory or anything, unless there is something that could trigger a memory.
Maybe not right now. Maybe later. I think also we'll mark that impairment, that level of harm gone on Bill. That was the point
good.
of the scene,
Mm-hmm.
was to heal you up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at the time, can we take a quick break?
Perfect.
Maybe
Sure.
be back for 1:15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. We'll see you in a few then.
I'm here. Just turn off my camera again, so no one has to see me eat.
Okay, so yeah, I think we are, holding up, I guess, in the doctor's house, right? I'm
Yeah,
not
so
sure.
like this is like the part where I have a kind of like a problem with this game. So like it's hard to decide like where do we go or what do we do next. Like I have some ideas, but I'm not sure if they're good.
Well, I guess you can be proactive, right? You want to trigger your memories, right? That's
Yeah.
what can you do that will trigger your memories?
Yeah, so I suppose from my point of view, we see like the time is passing through the night, but we don't see Jake like sleeping. He just sitting on the doctor's computer and it's like browses and like he has like a multiple tabs open and he's like browsing for them. He's like really searching for a company that has this like lockers for rent and the one which has this, like weird numbers because usually lockers are like one long number, but this is like 205/205. Like who has such lockers numbers? So he's like browsing offers and trying to find where such locker can be.
Okay, so yeah, I think that is an interesting role. You could find out some information, you could trigger a memory, someone could put a trace on you. Who
Definitely.
knows? Yeah. So I guess the questions are you using your psi powers?
No.
And is anyone going to get hurt? I don't think that one is going to be triggered. So yeah, and your goal is to figure out where this locker could be, right?
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable goal. It is kind of like independent from triggering memory because I would just not know where it is, but not what inside.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I guess roll 4 dice, and
well, let's just hope they're not 4 ones. Huh. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. I guess I want to like progress the goal. It will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting 5 in a goal, 2 in a reveal, and 2 in a chase.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm like having this chaser like on a trailer. It's really hard. So yeah.
I guess you have to choose between finding out where the thing is and knowing what it is, right? That's a tough choice.
Oh, let's mix it up. Maybe I just don't find it yet where it is. Yeah, let's mix it up. I will put 2 in a goal, 5 in reveal, so that you guys get to answer one of my questions, and 2 in a chase.
Okay, so when you fail the goal, you get the first say. So yeah, I think you're gonna have to define exactly how well hidden this kind of arcane locker number is and what you do find.
Yeah, so
misleading stuff, maybe.
Yeah, so as the like sun is kind of like rising zinc again, we see like Jake just like drinks the next coffee, and we see that his search just like it's like no public company that with a website that is like easily to find has this number. So he maybe we see him like make a list of places that has lockers, but no like available information about the numbers. So some weird places like I don't know, maybe there are some lockers at some stadium or I don't know a typical post office. But yeah, he doesn't have like a pin on the location.
So on the second one, the revealing of the memory, the runner has a memory that answers one of their questions. Other players have first say. So, which Ika and Leandro, which memory, which question do you want to answer?
I mean, the most pertinent one to what you were doing is what's in the locker. I mean, it'd be funny if we answered one of the other questions like it's completely unrelated to what you're doing, but in terms of drama, it's makes more sense. Like, it will make you more desperate to find it if you know what's in it, or will it make it less? It has to be something good then.
Yeah.
So no pressure on us. I mean, we don't have to answer that then. If because the thing is because Jack has made it their focus, it has to be a good answer now, and that might be something we can build up to.
Yes, I mean we could try to answer what on earth, why he has this harmonica with him. It's also an interesting question.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's say it was a gift.
Yeah, or maybe it has something to do with a locker. My first idea, but please feel free to say if it's nonsense, is that the harmonica, if it plays certain melody, opens the locker, and that's the absolute only way to open it. If you know the certain the 10 notes that you need to play in the correct order.
Yeah, like in a Zelda game.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think how the memory that Jack kind of triggers from that is the note, the harmonica, like the camera kind of close on harmonica being played, those 10 notes, and then you hear like a lock. You see, kind of in this weird foggy memory, this locker with the numbers 205, 205 on it, just click, and then you hear, oh, just play those same notes, and then this door will open again, and in this weird foggy memory, these hands kind of hand the harmonica to you, Jack, and this voice, which I'm imagining is like, well, what does the voice sound like, Aika? What do you think?
Yeah, I think maybe we hear like a lady voice.
Voice.
Like a really like gentle and but it's like kind of like a voice of someone who just like probably could be only working there. It's like a professional. There's no like feelings or something in this voice. It's like a professional, but like a lady voice. So maybe someone who's working there, or maybe like a teacher. Hard to say. Cool, perfect.
Yeah, we just made your harmonica incredibly valuable, so don't lose it on a roll or something.
Okay, so yeah, and the chase, they move 2 locales closer. So I think we see a one of these, dark gray cars pull up outside the entrance to the park where you made your way into this neighborhood where the doctor's office is, and a couple of these Hemsworth brothers come out, and they're looking around, and they're kind of flashing badges and photographs to passersby, asking them questions, and one of them, I think, points, like across the road, obviously not at the doctor's office, but in that general direction, right? and they take out a tablet with a really in-depth kind of map of the area, and you see them kind of looking at likely places that they could have gone, and the audience gets a very definite idea that there's only so many places that people on the run might go. Maybe there's a subway station, the doctor's office is probably marked on the map. That kind of they're narrowing things down. So yeah, back in the clinic. I guess I'm wondering what Bill is up to.
Bill has been sleeping for at least an hour or two, snoring. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Jack couldn't really focus and concentrate. Anyway, the moment he wakes up, he feels much better, and his first words are, "Do we have any ice cream or weapons?"
Bill, it's a doctor office. You can have like a scalpel, but do you really need it? You just like tore off a huge sign and swept the helicopter with it. Like, do you really need a scalpel?
No, I was thinking of a rocket launcher. Why am I thinking that? It's odd. I picture myself holding one of those. Have you ever used a rocket launcher? I think I have.
So are you saying you wanna like raid some military base?
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Is that a good idea to have fun right now? I guess we
maybe.
do owe you.
What exactly, December, did you do? I mean, were you the doctor? I don't really understand what you are doing.
I guess I should explain that. God, December's still in the doctor at the moment.
Oh, yeah, it must be my head. I'm terribly confused.
Oh, it's fine. You've only been asleep for an hour. And I said I'd keep watch. No, this is just what I do. When I need people, use them for a bit. It's like renting out a rocket launcher. Sometimes you need a rocket launcher to destroy something. Sometimes you need a pencil to write something down. This is what I do. I rent.
But you and I, we are friends. You would never do that to me, right?
No. No, I there's no reason for now. Where I stand, the three of us are in the same plight. I wouldn't do that to someone like me.
May I ask you a question? Since I left the helicopter, I don't really remember much. Maybe it has something to do with the crash, but how do you feel? I mean, December is certainly not your real name, right? Is that the name you just gave yourself because you can't remember what your real name is? Do you have, holes in your memory as well?
You got me. You got me. All what you said is true, but I assume that's the same for all of us. What about you, Jack? You have holes in your memory as well?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember why I know stuff like that. The sign meant that there is a doctor living here, but I just know this. And maybe like Jack is like eating cornflakes, and just next to him sits like the real December, also eating like cornflakes, and he just like looks at her. You are weird, December, but I like you.
Thanks. The doctor, December says.
I think that the real doctor's cat is coming up to you, December, looking for attention because it's a cat and it's demanding that you feed it.
Oh no!
Um,
That's a monster! I need a rocket launcher. Where's that scalpel?
It's just a cat. It's what's her name? Her name is Quiet. She seems all right. And I kind of like let the cat. Well, I tried to let the cat run my lap, but Quiet's not. Quiet is an ironic name, and just kind of ignores me and starts pawing on the table towards Bill.
Meow.
No. No. Send it outside. I don't want to have it here. No.
So how I think the cat as maybe we're slandering cats, but I think it knows that you don't like it and will come over and say hello.
Go away. I just increased the size of my left foot. Like the rest of my body stays exactly the same, but my foot is like gigantic now, and I try to just kick it away. Go away, you beast! You're not welcome here.
I think it gets the message, right? Gets the message.
Yeah, I think I stand up and I see because Bill's getting distressed. I was like, all right, you're quiet. Let's take you out here. And I kind of I take the cat, move towards the office. I think we were kind of eating at the dining table ish, and kind of like I'm gone for a few minutes while I guess you're all eating cornflakes with the other December, real December,
Yeah.
some December.
Does the December in the body of December get more kind of more with it, if you know what I mean, the longer December is out of the body, or is it kind of a flat line of kind of confusion?
I think yeah, I think it's a gradual thing. Yeah, what the longer I'm gone, she's getting more of herself.
And so when she maybe gets a bit more control, is she able to move again, or is she still like stuck in that pose that you left her in?
I think her eyes start blinking. And before she could just move her lips, but she just blink now. But before I think she once I leave, she's about to say something, but before she could, suddenly like you hear a cat yelping in off screen, and there's like a bit of like not a thud, but like just you can hear like a body kind of like dropping maybe on a couch or something, and December's body where you are just kind of shudders a bit, and I kind of blink and it's right, and then I'm like, okay, so we're spending far too much time here. I had to leave that doctor's body, give her some sleeping pills. It's fine. We can probably take our car then wherever we need to go. And this is all very casual. I just kind of come back.
And then like
You are super weird, December. But here is a cat in this house, so we must leave quickly.
are you like are you like allergic to cats or
I don't know. Wait. No, I don't think so. But obviously I don't like them. I think they are cruel monsters.
okay, so monsters? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The cats when they get angry, they're like super aggressive.
You feel that as well? Okay, let's get out of here.
Where are we going then?
Yeah, like what do we need to stay on the run? Like
We can take our car. I do
Cool.
feel like we owe Bill ice cream.
Ice cream? Did you say ice cream? I like ice cream a lot.
Unless you have anywhere else you want to go, Jack.
Nah, I was searching for some locker locations, but couldn't find any. Well, I have some list of few locations like a post office and some stadium that does have lockers, but not but doesn't list its numbers. So we can go and take a look over there. But other than that, I don't know. We can like try to get in contact with the underground, and find someone who will give us a safe house. Like and I'm just like standing on the watch, and we really need to move. I think I see them coming closer and closer to the room. I jump into the car and drive.
Yeah, let's get away from that cat.
Okay.
So, I guess you're stealing the doctor's car and a pint of ice cream from her freezer, and making your way to maybe there's a nearby stadium that Jack found in his search that is relatively close. But I think the cordon of chasers is definitely in the vicinity, so I think you might have to roll for this.
Cool. So I'm rolling because I'm the driving, or it's Bill's turn.
It should be someone else because you roll last.
Yes,
so
definitely.
We need to switch.
Let's say I ask you two to sit in the back of the car. I pull down the windows to my left and to my right, and whenever we, so I just drive as fast as I can, and when we come into a curve, I just stretch out my arm, like make it meters long, and grab a lantern or whatever, or a tree, so that we just can easily go around without ever leaving the road. That kind of thing.
That is pretty freaky.
Absolutely. So I would try to use my powers to make this better.
Do you think that puts you at risk of harm if there's oncoming traffic or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, at least I'm pretty sure that I'm driving on the right side of the street, but well.
Okay. So I guess you're rolling 6 dice.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not impaired any longer. So 6. Oops. 66 and submit. Oh shit. 1, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, let's start with number 4. Okay, so apparently the chasers get closer. So that's my 4. Chase 4. So chase 4. The other 4 goes to goal, so we achieve the goal. I'd say the third 4 goes to harm. And I want a little bit
You can actually give 3 to the chase, because 3 and a 4 in chase are the same, and you will have 1 more 4.
All right, that's good. Yes, you're right. So 3 goes to chase, 4 to goal. Harm is 4, and reveal. Well, I put the other 4 on reveal. And the 3 on Psi. Capture, is that important? No.
Capture isn't in play yet.
Okay. So I repeat, it's goal 4, harm 4, reveal 4, chase and Psi are 3 each.
So I guess goal is pretty straightforward. Though we'll get to the chaotic mess that your psi powers leave behind later. Yeah, you definitely make your way to the next location, which is the stadium. Making turns at impossible speeds. Moving to the stadium. Reveal a 4 in that, right? So you have a memory that answers one of your questions. The other players have first say.
Cats.
I was kind of like nailing at the stadium because this number in Bill first question, H312B sounds like a seat number possible. So that's why I was like thinking about stadium, so we could answer like what is hidden under the chair, because we will be at the stadium. So that's somehow we can like connect these things. I was like wondering about.
Yeah, well, the question isn't what's on hidden chair. Why is it important to him? So is it important because he hid something there?
Yeah, I was actually thinking that maybe as we are closing to the stadium, we see that there are this like road signs that describe which seats are where and where's the best parking spots and so on. And maybe you are having like a flash, and you are and you see like there's like a big event. I suppose for some reason we are in the US, so probably it's like a football stadium, but like not soccer, but like football stadium. Unless we are in Europe, then it is a soccer stadium. But you see yourself over there during the event, and next to you is someone important to you, and like pick off Leandro from this.
I'd say it's someone who looks remarkably like you. In fact, it's almost like you're looking into a mirror. You see next to you, kind of like the two you cheering on, is this. Let's see, this guy with blonde, short hair, bit of an asymmetrical face. No, I'm kidding. I won't read that entirely. I think this is like it's the two of you kind of. It's kind of like this memory is a bit of a montage. It's like the two of you cheering on whatever's happening in this rage, and then you're sharing high fives. Then you're arguing over like it's like a babble of like arguing and cheering and like sharing this moment and this kinship between you and this person who looks a lot like you, like it's like a twin almost. And I think you get a feeling that how long do you think this has been? Like, do you look like young? How young do you think you look in this memory, Bill?
I established that I'm in my mid or late 30s, so maybe like a little bit younger. Let's say well, maybe we can just so what I'm wearing, perhaps I'm wearing one of those no, wait. Now let's say let's make it more vague. So maybe like 7, 8, 9, 10 years younger. Not not the too recent past, but not like 20 years ago either. So something like that. Could be 5 years, could be 10 years.
Yeah.
So the reason this is important is this is like Bill and sort of sibling or whatever. They're maybe they have season tickets, and they always get the same seats or something like that. Is there some kind of long-standing family memory with this area, right?
Yeah, or maybe I will throw something more. Maybe like at the end of memory, you like turn and you see someone that's like putting a bag over your head. And this is important time because this was the last time you've seen them before being captured.
Interesting. If only I knew that other person. I mean, maybe I'm not sure that. I mean, I'm still driving a car, so I don't have too much time to think about it. But that moment, I'm not sure, is my name really Bill? And what's that other person's name? And okay, I'm pretty sure H312B, that's the seat number. But who's that in the other seat? And why don't I have any memories of having seen that person after that particular day? Is that really like a last memory thing that I have? The last time I've seen that twin? Yeah, I'm trying hard. I mean, driving a car, I'm trying hard to think of any other memory of that person that came after that football stadium moment, but I can't.
Okay. I think that wraps up that memory pretty well. The chase, they move one locale closer. So I think you see a bunch of agents pull up outside of the clinic, and they wake up the doctor with a shot of adrenaline or something like this, and they know her, right? And she knows them. They refer to her as Dr. Sharp, and they're pretty apologetic for letting things get out of hand, right? And she says something like, she notes their ID tags. They have like really nondescript names, but they have unique identifiers that she is obviously picking out. And she says, "That's all right. I think we have enough field data from the abilities now. I think we can roll them up for re-entry to the program." Okay. Psi powers, yeah. So we went with a power surge in that one, right? People may be injured, things broken.
Yeah, 3 power surge. Yeah, you have the first say.
So I think it doesn't affect the driving, maybe, but it certainly happens after you let go. Every lamppost, every tree that you pull onto gets collapsed. And again, it is pulling down power lines. It's uprooting kind of broadband cable. It's it's terrible for anyone watching Netflix in the neighborhood, right? You've people are never going to forget this night. Whatever show is dropping is taken out. Yeah, and there's this kind of and this is maybe a bad sign, because they can follow your route all the way, right? The trees and the lampposts that are all pulled down or uprooted kind of tell exactly the story for how to find you. Yeah.
Bill, I know you want to get there fast, but you're leaving a trail as easy to follow that your grandma can do it.
Yeah, you said I should drive fast. That's what I'm doing. Get out of my way. I need to grab that lamppost. Whoa. That went well.
And you're hurt as well, right? Impaired.
Harm was 4.
The harm, yeah.
4, yeah.
Yeah. So you get the first say on that, and it's only for the rest of the scene. So it's basically when we might split the stadium up into multiple sections. I guess we'll play that by ear. But when you're in the current kind of section of the stadium, you will still be impaired.
Let us say that. Well, let us say that I grab one of those. Am I going for a tree here, or for something with electricity? Now, the moment I grab a tree, and my hand comes back through the window, shrinking to normal size. I have like a large piece of wood just through my hand, and I pull it out, but I have a hole in my hand, like that size of a hole. Ow! Oh no! I blood! I can't see my blood. Oh no! I think I'm gonna faint. I shouldn't. I'm driving a car.
Yeah, I suppose like Jack just like grabs the wheel from the passenger seat and just like helps you like spin it.
Do we have ice cream left? I feel like I need some.
Nope, all gone. You ate all of them.
Oh
Man, you get like really hungry when you extend your limbs.
yeah. What do you think? I mean, takes a lot of energy.
All right, give me your hand. I'm not gonna fix it, but I'm just gonna like just wrap it with some cloth and just make sure it doesn't bleed out. But you're still injured there.
It's not too bad. I mean, I can shrink it down and size it up again, and at some point it'll all grow back. But I had this before, but I don't like holes in my body.
I don't think many people do. Just it'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm gonna tighten up this cloth.
You're weird and pretty good at this.
It's just residuals from the doctor. Whatever.
When all this is over, December, I think, and I'm not fainting, I think I'm going to invite you to my favorite ice cream parlor.
You have a favorite ice cream parlor? I thought you had holes in your memory, but that one you retain.
Oh, yes. Oh, they have this wonderful chocolate ice cream. Oh, yes. I'm going to invite you.
Only the most vital memories get retained, Yeah, so I mean, I think we're probably going to make the stadium kind of a centerpiece. So I think it might be a good idea to kind of paint the scene here a little bit. Pavel, do you think there's a game on tonight, or is this completely empty?
I think there's a game on tonight, and maybe right now because we are kind of like in the early morning. Maybe we'll like see the teams like training or like warming up at the stadium, so that maybe it's like slowly starts to fill in. Yeah, there will be a game soon, I think. And because someone like wrote something about some ambassador, maybe we like see like a limo on like of the flags of some country just like pass us by, so that we get like a lingering shot on it, and then just back to us.
Yeah, maybe it's not a club match; it's an international match. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Aika, I'm wondering, is this your? Obviously, we know that you've been here a bunch, right? Is this your? I guess if it's a national team, right, it must be someone you support, right? Unless maybe you're a foreigner in this country, maybe it's not your national team. Is there some kind of feeling that makes you feel at home here? Is there like a smell? People are getting food and beverages ready. Something here smells like home. What makes you feel at home here? I guess is the question.
Yes. Yes, I remember now. So we haven't really established which country we are, but I remember that 20 years ago, a Dutch international company, but run from Amsterdam, bought the stadium, and now they're selling. Since then, they are selling French fries with this delicious Dutch mayonnaise that they have. And at first, no one liked it here, but it really caught on, and now everyone is eating it. It's fantastic. And the moment we approached the stadium, I really have this, wow, this fascinating. It smells. Oh wow, all those memories. Yeah, I want some. It's delicious, but most importantly, I remember that. Since you mentioned family, I wasn't the only one enjoying that wonderful food. I have a memory of me standing in line with someone next to me, but it's blurred. The moment I turn my head, it's all gone. I can't really see who's next to me, but I know it's a friend or maybe a family member. But I never went to the stadium alone. I always was accompanied by someone.
Cool. Leandro, for December, she obviously can't, taste. And I'm imagining, the sense of smell is not too great either, right? In terms of food and drink and all of that stuff that is inviting. What's the thing that you notice because your senses are paying attention to other things that make you feel very nervous about entering the stadium?
Because it's just starting out and it's just filling with people. I think what makes December nervous? I think let's see. Sorry, I think. I mean, I don't want to say that there's violin music playing on the tannoy. Maybe there's a hint of that, and that's got her jumpy. But because that's got her jumpy, that's got her just noticing things. I think what she notices is that there is like in this morass of people, every now and then she kind of thinks she does. I mean, chasers aren't here. I mean, as players who know that, but they don't. But the characters don't. And I do think there's a feeling that this place is important to that organization because she sees like people with those canary yellow lanyards. It's not worn by Hemsworths, but it's worn by the staff in the stadium, and it's got her jumpy because they look like the exact same like lanyards the Hemsworths wore. and it's gotten her like just withdrawing a bit, just like kind of hunching up her coat and her scarf. It's a bit too tightly, and she's kind of like, right. So, what was our plan here? Where are we? Whatever we were meant to do, well, let's do it quickly.
So it might be worth drawing attention to a mechanic that we haven't really had to so far, is that you as runners can split up. So you can go to different scenes, and the chasers will chase you individually. They will just always kind of, when they advance, they will advance along the different paths. So if you do want to split up to go to different areas of the stadium, it's probably a good time to think about that. It's, you know, if you want to stick together, that's fine as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, Jake, didn't you say something of a locker? I mean, I for some reason I know where the locker rooms are, and the public ones, and also for the sports team. But I need to go to check out a seat number.
Bill, you are great. The locker numbers in the dressing room. In the dressing room. Why haven't I thought about this before? Yes. I need to get there.
Okay. Well, I thought. Oh, well. Yeah, sure. So you go this direction, turn left, and the 1, 2, 3, the third door on the right. That's where you get to the public ones, and then I give you a description how to get into the sports team lockers room.
Thanks. I guess I'll meet you here in 1 hour by the car or something.
Yes. Okay.
Not like we have our cell phones or anything, but yeah. If something starts exploding, we'll probably find each other.
Yes, that's true.
We just follow the trail of carnage.
Hey, good. Oh, all right. See you. Wait, December. You want to join me, or do you want to go with Jack to the locker room?
I think she's at that moment she was a bit distracted because the limo drives kind of piling up, and there's a noise there, and there's a flag there that's kind of familiar, but it's not. I think she wants to go, but she doesn't know how to say it. I was just kind of like, I don't know. Both of you can take care of yourself. I don't think you need me.
I hold up my hand, which still is, wrapped but bloody. I need you sometimes, but maybe this time Jack needs you. You decide.
I think it will be easier for one person to sneak by to the locker rooms. So I don't know, guys. Enjoy the game, or something.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll go with Bill. Make sure it all goes well. Whatever he needs to do. You find your locker thing.
Yeah.
Find some answers for yourself.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Okay.
You.
So, I'm trying to think. The game hasn't started, right? So it's still practice. So there's probably not. It's probably not a real challenge to get up to the seats at this stage. There's security around, I guess, but it's not. They're not checking tickets or anything yet. It's too early for that. Whereas to get into the locker room seems like a bit more of a challenge, right? There's players down there and staff and all that kind of stuff. So who should we do first? I think we should do the locker room first. So how are you approaching that?
Yeah, I suppose because I'm like Yeah, yeah. I suppose I'm thinking. Do I want to go Carnage or no Carnage? What kind of person Jake is? Because maybe it's time to start using my psi powers. Maybe not. Hmm. Hmm. For some reason, I just can't throw out this like image from the quantum, not quantum, the first new Bond with this new actor. There was this like cool chase for the cranes and so on. And for some reason, I want to like get this rather than just get to the locker room. So part of me wants to say that as I'm getting closer, I just like spot this guy with like a T-shirt that says Locker 205. And we have this like look onto each other, and he just like bolts, and I'm just like, and I just like start running after him, and he's obviously able to like jump and run very fast for whatever reason, and I'm just like trying to like chase after him. So I like grab like a chair with like my might, and I just like throw it after him to like try to knock him out. And we like run and we like run to the open room to the stadium, and there are like people, and we are like running through, and yeah, and it's like a cool like chase scene. I'm trying to like capture this guy because he's obviously knows something, and he has like this crazy T-shirt. So I find it far more interesting than is getting to the locker room.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so so is the chase going? Is he leading you? Do you think through some dangerous area, or is he just like running?
Definitely. Like as soon as we start doing Carnage, like security takes notice because it's like a international an international match, so they like definitely take notice. And maybe the guy like pulls out a gun and fires a couple of shots at me. So yeah, let's go all in.
So
we briefly get back to December, and Bill, I think he will be okay and in absolutely no trouble.
What makes you say that?
I just have that feeling.
So like going all in, rolling 6 dice, yes?
Yeah, 6 dice.
Oh my, yeah, let's go. Okay, one is the most boring result out of this.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I'm just looking where are chasers, because maybe this time I don't actually try to move chasers. They are one behind us. So yeah, I'm going to do. Oh wow, what is 2? Runner is hurt and impaired for the rest of the game. Ouch. Yeah, maybe that would be interesting. Why not? It seems doing dangerous. Cool. So I've put 5 in the first row everywhere, and then Psi got 3 and Harm got 2.
Okay, so runner achieves your goal. So yeah, I think this guy leads you through a really intense chase along narrow corridors and into a storeroom. But I think when you get to the storeroom, right, you're pulling trolleys and anything, any kind of storage barrels or whatever, off the walls, off the shelving, into him, and you knock him over and block his escape route until you catch up with him.
Yeah, so I suppose after I like catch him and then just like shake him like, where's locker 205? Where's locker 205? Maybe he like hands me the key to it. No, because I know where's the key. He like hands me like maybe like it's some kind of like a map of the stadium with like a very like well marked like where is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe he just tells you, right? He's scared of your abilities, and he just wants to tell you exactly what you want to hear, and he tells you in the away dressing room, right? You can find the locker.
Okay, just like get away from here before they come. I'm sorry for stopping you, but it's important.
So yeah, what does this trigger a memory?
Yeah, it's the guys take a pic of my memories and start to resolve one.
The thing is, it feels like we kind of have to resolve what's hidden in the locker, so you're gonna find out soon-ish. Well, let me ask: you're gonna find the locker because you've succeeded the goal, right?
Yeah, but I think the to answer the question, it needs to be the reveal option. Like, because we can say that I find the locker, but maybe inside is like a, I don't know, not a case, but a case within a case. But this one I can like carry with me, but I cannot open it for some reason. So to answer a question, you need to actually answer it.
Yeah. Why do I know when people lie to me? What do you like? Do you have any suggestions? I feel like the locker thing can carry over to the next week. That's something. That's something we can spend a week thinking about the answers, unless Paul rolls a 6 and uses that so he can answer it himself. Maybe, who knows? Suggestions. I kind of want to answer why do I know when people lie to me, because he just pulled off this like big show of force. What about you?
How about who taught you your power?
Yeah, I'm thinking in that direction as well. So maybe that guy that you grabbed, maybe he just says something like, I don't know, such and such. So when he starts running away, such and such will come and get you, and that name just rings a bell. And apparently, the guy who's going to get you happens to be the guy who taught you your powers. Something like that.
I mean, I'm not sure, because that seems like a bit of a the only reason I could see that happening is either whoever, if it is security guard that you threaten, has, I don't know, has had some maybe they had some psychic training, as in like maybe there was a contractor would be like, because I don't know, it's a bit much.
Okay. Next idea. I mean, still, I mean, if you would prefer to answer the question, why do I know when people lie to me? Then we can figure that out. Just one more suggestion for the who taught me my power. I mean, this is a football stadium, so there are probably screens on with commercials or the history of that football club running all the time, and maybe they are just showing like a brief interview with the president of that football club, a man in an expensive suit, apparently from Amsterdam, speaking with a Dutch accent, and that man is familiar to Jack.
Yeah, and I think this man is. I don't think they're related.
Mhm.
I don't think. I think, yeah, this man is like, let's see, it's like a decade or two older than Jack. Feels like, but he looks a bit shrink wrap. It's almost like he's done a lot to make sure he looks only a decade older, not 2 decades older. Like actually is. And when he's talking, he's talking in this like yeah, he's quite chatty, he's personable, he has all these like people skills. And I think he's also Latino as well,
Mhm.
but I don't think they're related. But I do think,
Yeah, that's perfect.
but maybe go on, Jack. What do you want to add?
Yeah, that's perfect. And you just said that this is just like a TV that just like plays the history of the club, and then then we have like a crossfade to a very young Jack, almost like a boy, and he's like auditioning to join the club,
Mm.
and we see this guy just like telling him how to play better, and we see Jack like starts to like just like pushes the ball with his like power of the mind.
Oh,
And then the
perfect.
guy says, "Oh, we have another league where the ones like you can play, the one that is played underground."
Mm. Oh, very good. I like that.
You put a lot of spin on the ball, taking a free kick, Jack. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Let me just go back to the risks. The chasers do not advance, so they are still stuck in the clinic. Or at least they're trying to piece together some details. Maybe they're going through the computer.
Can I
Looking
choose the
at-
dice or not? Can I move the dice, the remaining 3 dice are around or not?
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
I don't want to be the stinker, but I just thought about maybe like moving them like one stage and just like not making like a total mess over here. So just like so that they move. So 3 in a chase so that they will move one step to catch up to us.
Yeah.
And then just like not make a mess on the stadium. I just thought.
Okay. And what? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess they are moving. Maybe they get a report, right, from one of their normal security people at the stadium, and they kind of give up their troll to the hard drive and the browser search history and everything like that to move to the stadium. And I think maybe when the others are kind of finding the right route up to the proper tier, the proper block, they notice, a bunch of Hemsworths coming down the corridor towards them, right? So you put them now in the same scene as them. So the guy's role is going to get a little bit more difficult. Okay, and then you can. I know we kind of said there was a lot of disruption caused by your powers, but it's localized right in that storeroom. There's no there's no spillover. Did you want to add any more details, Pavel, to that?
Yeah, so that even if it like look, so for the people on the other parts of the stadium, so maybe when we run for the open stadium part, there's like not the people are not yet there, and to someone else this just and we see like a father and a son sitting there, and the father just says, "Oh, these hooligans, they just like destroy the public property," because they think I'm just like a hooligan that's like throwing these chairs. Yeah, so I'm managing to keep it on the low.
It's just a promo stunt, right? It's it's not real.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you are. Ike and Leandro, you found the right way up to the seat of interest when you notice the Spencer Core guys coming at you. What are you doing?
Oh no.
I'm hurt. Yes, I'm hurt. Just before we jump to the guys.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot that. You put a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah. So, I think this is something to do with the guy you're attacking, rather than the stuff you're throwing around. You tell him to go, and you turn your back on him, and then you get shot in the back. He's carrying like a holdout pistol, and he just puts a couple of bullets in you, and then kind of leaps over you to get by, and he's like yelling for help. Okay. Good for you. The rest of the session is very short. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So Ika and Leandro, what are you doing?
That doesn't look very good. I still don't have a rocket launcher. What shall we do?
There's no need to make a fuss. Rocket launcher only draw attention. Let's just, we're here to enjoy ourselves. Just put your hands in your pockets. Just kind of, actually, can you make yourself smaller again? This will maybe easier if it's just maybe one person they could see.
Okay. But be careful not to step on me.
No, just get in my coat pocket. I cleaned it out. Don't worry.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm very small now. You can pick me up.
All right. So I'm gonna pocket Bill.
You're right. It's really clean in here.
And I am going to just make my way to the seat as calmly and as quietly as possible. I'm small, so I should be able to blend in okay, hopefully.
Okay. So I guess you're not using your powers, and it doesn't sound like you're really at risk of being harmed. But I think Bill is using his powers, and that could go wrong. So I think you should roll a die to take account of that. If that sounds fair.
Yeah, no, that sounds fair. I mean,
Okay.
someone's using high powers. So.
Yeah. So let's roll 5 dice over there.
Let's see. Let's go around. Let's hope my luck holds. Kind of did. Kind of.
I guess you're dropping the 1, right? Unless you really find a 1 interesting.
Not really. Yeah, I don't want to drop that. Let's see. Well, I'm going to 4 to reveal. Oh, come on, roll 20. Let's open you. I'll put that there. Yeah, no, I want to. Wait, actually, no. I can just.
And sorry, remember, you're moving, but you're at risk of capture, not They're not
Oh.
chasing. They're cat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
a
okay.
4 to 6 is good.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. All right, so I can just either this 4 or 5 can go to capture our goal. Oh, hold on, I need to deselect that. All right, so I think I'm gonna put my 4 in goal, so I want to achieve that. Put a 4 in reveal. Hold on. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be a power surge, and either way, either put a 3 or 4. So I'm gonna put that 5 in capture.
Okay.
So that's 4 in goal, 4 in reveal, 3 in Psi. Don't ruin my code, please. And 5 in capture.
So yeah. So I think you relatively surreptitiously, right? You kind of sweep through them. They're looking for 3 people, and like you said, you're kind of small and diminutive and pass their notice. And you make your way up to the seat. Reveal. I guess one of the others have a say in your memory. What memory do you like the look of?
I get the feeling that everything sort of culminates here. That the locker seems to be here, the seat number is here. So why don't we do something with a memory that also connects December to the football stadium? Pavel, what do you think?
Yes, that would be perfect. However, so that will mean we would need to answer who is Ambassador Heinz,
Yes, for instance.
or what happened to the family in December.
Oh, wow. Do you have something tragic in mind for December's family's fate? It's where they died, perhaps, or they were abducted, or I don't know. Or is it just sad the last time December ever saw them?
So, gosh, it's so hard to answer this question for another player. So maybe as you asked Bill to get smaller and hit him in your pocket. Maybe as you are doing this, you see you get the feeling of your family that you are leading them to escape the chase as well. And we see it's like heavy winter. It's like foresty, and yeah, and you feel like taking over, Ike. And
Yeah.
and maybe you do the same thing that you do quite often. You like say to them, "I will scout ahead, see if it's safe." And then we don't see and then the camera just like stays with you getting back to your body, but then you don't find them. It's only you, and they are like nowhere to be seen. You just like scouted ahead, get back, and they are not there. Unless you want to modify it, Ike.
You know, I'm just trying to figure out whether we actually answered the question. I mean, okay, we answered the question so far that the family disappeared, but what happened to the family, we still don't really know. Is that enough of an answer? What do you think? Or should we like give Leandro or give December at least?
It's our input, and now Leandro can like add this like final touch. Maybe he finds something. Maybe there is the sign of this Spencer. I don't know, something left.
I think I have an idea. I think I'm gonna modify that a bit.
Sure.
December is coming back as an astral form. But when they go back to where their family is, who I guess they've all been around, there might be a family of they're all psychics, probably. When they go back to the clearing, the family's still there, but they're surrounded by these men in guns with guns and lanyards. And let's see, let's say family small, no parents, and an older sister, a younger brother, and her in the middle. But I've all right. Are we nearly done with the session? Because I think I have a dramatic enough twist to end this
Yeah,
on.
I think we're going to wrap up at the end of this risk segment. Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is she sees this, and the older sister and the younger brother kind of crouch over her body, which is like kind of stuck. She sees this as the men in the guns move closer. And December runs. She doesn't go back. She runs away from the clearing. She's this spectral ghost who's just scared out of her wits, trying to get away, get through this forest, just flee as fast as she can. So fast that she just ends. I think, she blazes through this park, just trying to figure out a way. And then ahead of her is this girl, this woman in this pea coat and this scarf. And she kind of smashes against this other woman and just takes her over. And she just barely knows it, and barely knows that suddenly she's flesh and blood again. She just knows she has to keep running because she just got so scared. And when we cut back to the stadium, and she kind of realizes this, and maybe Bill, you just hear this, because all this time December's just been this stoic and professional, but you can hear her crying, and she's just kind of realizing what she's done. And I think maybe you just hear her crying, and it's like sitting at the seat, kind of like all this washing over her.
Hey, what's going on there? Are you okay? December? Why are you crying, December? Can you hear me?
I think a hand just kind of gently takes you out and puts you on the seat. And yeah, I can see her crying, and she's staring out in the stadium. She doesn't want to talk.
Bill wants to get back to his original size, but he's in such a confused emotional state that he sort of doubles his normal size, and when he gives her a hug, it's like really like a large bear hugging her. Don't cry, don't cry, December. Everything will be all right.
Yeah, she doesn't want to respond. She just wants to cry.
Should I get you some ice cream? It always makes me happy when I'm sad.
She can't taste anything. That just makes her cry harder.
Did I say something wrong, December?
No, you didn't. No, Bill, you're fine. You're grand. You're so. No, you get ice cream for yourself. I don't need ice cream. I just need a minute. Thanks. Go get ice cream. But
Okay, I don't like to see you being sad because I think I really like you, December. And he gets up and goes for some ice cream.
Okay. I think we should cut there. There's a couple of mechanical sequences left in that scene, but I think we can start with those next week. So yeah, I will stop the broadcast.